What's up, everybody? Josh here from Triforce Chaos, and welcome to episode 1 of Let's Play Banjo Kazooie. First thing I'm going to do is delete this save file. That way we can start fresh. Alright, so basically the plot on this game is this is Banjo, that's Kazooie, and an evil witch has stolen Banjo's little sister Tootie, and we gotta get her back. This is a pretty good platformer. It was originally released on Nintendo 64 back in the late 90s. I know I played it a lot. I probably spent more hours on this than I really should have. But start off in this little training ground area. This is Spiral Mountain. Typically, we'd have to travel to these molehills to learn all of the basic moves, but I opted to skip that because it just wastes a lot of time. These empty honeycombs that I'm collecting, if you get 6 of them, you get a extra honeycomb piece on your life bar up there, and the full honeycomb pieces, like the one I just collected, refills your health, and I did not mean to do that. But yeah, this is just basically a little training area. You can upgrade your health bar a little bit before going into the actual game. And behind this waterfall is a 1-up. Yeah, every time you collect a new item in this game, it has to talk and describe what it is. There's the freaky flying cauliflower that I never understood. But yeah, when I was younger, this was one of my favorite games to play. It's got a pretty good story. Can be pretty challenging in places. And occasionally when I got really bored, I would just kind of play through and make up my own story. I did that on a lot of games, actually. One more and we'll have an upgrade to the life bar. I think we start out being able to take 5 hits. And after the first upgrade, we'll be able to take 6 hits. Go over here, kill that guy, and there's the last piece. So now we're ready to head up Spiral Mountain, which is right here in the center. And I believe, if I remember correctly, once I enter Spiral Mountain, there'll be another cutscene that I'll end up skipping just to save on time. But yeah, now we're climbing Spiral Mountain. Get to the top, and we're going to have to talk to Bottles the Mole. I hate that little guy. He's so annoying. Yeah, nobody cares what you have to say. Blah, blah, blah. He does serve a purpose once we start getting deeper into the game, because he teaches new moves, so I guess that makes it okay. So yeah, basically all that was missed in that cutscene was it showed Tootie, our little sister, and the evil witch Gruntilda in the, I guess it's like a beauty transfer machine, because Gruntilda's ugly and Tootie's supposed to be beautiful or whatever. But anyway, we just collected our first Jiggy. It's like a puzzle piece. There's typically 10 in every level. And there's some scattered about through the castle, or lair, or whatever this is. But you go, and you put them in the picture, complete the picture, and that opens up the level. Yeah. So that picture's complete, and that opens up Mumbo's Mountain. And I want to try to knock out Mumbo's Mountain before the end of this episode. So this is the first actual level. It's got a couple of worthless baddies right there. Musical notes. They're kind of like the coins from Super Mario 64. There's 100 of them in every level. But instead of getting an extra star once you collect all 100 of them, you don't get anything in the level for them, but they're used to open up doors throughout the layer to get further up to the top. And if you're a completionist type, then you're going to want to get all 100 of them anyway. That guy doesn't do anything. That beehive right there, there's 3 pieces of life in there, but I don't need them right now, so I'm not going to mess with it. Fuck you, termite. Fuck you too. Travel up here and gonna learn our first new move. This is like a ground pound maneuver. Basically, you can use it to smash things like these huts, push buttons, that kind of thing. Oh, missed that one. These blue things are eggs, which the little dude's explaining right there. But Kazooie can use them to shoot forward out of her mouth, or a little more awkward, shoot them from behind. That little green thing that I just grabbed, little weasel looking thing, is called a Jinjo. There's 5 of them in every level. You collect all 5 and they give you a Jiggy. God, I hate bottles. Over here's a Mumbo token. We'll be using that a little later. It's time to head over here and learn another move. Which is probably one of the most useful moves in the game. Because Kazooie can run faster than Banjo. And once I learn this move, I'll be using her a lot more often. God, Bottles never shuts up. Sorry, that's going to be a major complaint throughout this series. I absolutely hate Bottles. In the sequel, I don't think it was as bad with, what was that guy's name? Jam Jar or something like that. It's like Bottle's cousin. He's in the military. And he doesn't take quite as long to explain things, it seems. But yeah, anyway, this is the Talon Trot, or Kazooie running. And I think she runs like 3 times as fast as Banjo does, so it's quite useful. She can also run up these steep hills. Banjo can't. If I were to switch back over to Banjo, he would just start sliding down uncontrollably. Knock out 2 more quick jiggies. And learn the last move in this level. All in one swoop. Oh. Alright, that's 1 jiggy. We're making pretty good progress. And here's the next one. And I know I'm making pretty good time, but I am in no way attempting to speedrun this at all. This is probably about the only level that you're going to see me go this fast and this well paced. Now it's time to learn how to shoot eggs. And I'm kind of speeding through all this dialogue. If you want to pause the video and watch it, occasionally Kazooie has some pretty cheeky things to say. Alright, that's all the moves for that level. Grab another Mumbo token. Press the witch button. That makes another Jiggy appear out in the hub world. And in order to get that Jiggy, we're going to have to do something special, which is why I said we'll come back to Mumbo later. Fuck you, you King Kong wannabe. Unfortunately, he doesn't stay stunned for very long. About the time we get done with our little dance, he'll be back to throwing oranges. Alright, I might use this now. Refill some health a little bit. Oh. Come back over here and get ready to finish out the level. Last Jinjo. Jinjo's also come in handy again later, but I won't spoil that right now. Alright. Oh, gotta knock out one more. You can get a Jiggy from this guy, but before you kill him all the way, you want to grab this honeycomb piece. There's 2 of them in every level too. And that's our last normal figure Jiggy. Time to head inside Mumbo's hut and speak to Mumbo Jumbo. Oh. Yeah, I know. Shut up. One of Mumbo's torches is typically out in every level. That would be how you get up there. There's always some hidden stuff up there. But now I gotta go and find one more Mumbo token. If I can remember where it is. I think it might be in the Termite Hill. Yeah, there it is. But anyway, Mumbo appears in several levels, and if you've got enough of these Mumbo tokens, he'll transform you into a different kind of animal. Yeah, wake up. It's time for you to work. So now that we're a termite, we can go over here to the Termite Hill and blend in and be able to climb up to the top. If we tried to do it as Banjo, well, number one, he wouldn't be able to climb some of the steeper hills, and number two, all the termites would attack us. But since we're a termite, we're basically in camouflage, and they don't bother with trying to attack us. They can still hurt us, but they don't really chase after us. There's our 100th note, so all the notes are done for this level. Now I just gotta make it to the top. Get the last Jiggy. Take care of a couple more things in here. Then we'll exit the level, get the Jiggy on top of the mountain, and that'll probably be our stopping point for this episode. A little extra life right here. And when you're transformed into an animal, you don't have to sit through the little dance. Instead, you just grab it and keep on going. Yeah, sometimes the camera doesn't work the best in this game, but it came out in the late 90s, originally on Nintendo 64. 3D graphics were still kind of early in development. Can't really complain all that much. As much praise as Mario 64 gets, this game is easily 10 times as advanced as that game was. But yeah, we'll hop up here, grab this Jiggy. And once you enter an open level, enemies will now spawn out here too. And once you get a certain amount of distance away from the level entrance, Mumbo will change you back automatically. There was quite a long time when I played this years ago that I didn't know that, and I would take time to go back in the level and get him to switch me back. Now we gotta listen to Bottles one more time. Basically what he's saying is the number on that door is how many notes you gotta have to open the door. That's about the only other thing that Bottles is good for, is occasionally he will refill your life. So this is the next level of her castle. Got a jump pad over there that we can't do anything with yet. Go ahead and complete this puzzle. And I think that's where we're going to stop for the day. So that'll open up one of my favorite levels, which is Treasure Trove Cove. And we get probably one of my favorite moves in there too, other than the Talon Trot. And that's, we get to fly. Sort of. But anyway, this is where we're going to stop for today. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Follow us on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter. Tell your friends. And make sure you check out our other Let's Plays. And see you in episode 2.